Here's the kicker, Jake Elliott, ready to get this one started. And we are underway from Ford Field. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. They'll run for the first time with Phillip Lindsay. And that is the kind of tackling they want to see all game, as he'll lose yardage to start things out. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. From the gun, it's Carr. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Jesse Bates. And he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line. Well, not a good omen there. His first throw of the afternoon, intercepted.
And I know what the fans are thinking right now. I hope there's not negative thoughts in his head going forward, since that's his first throw of the game. But one of the things I remember about him coming out of school is he's able to wipe things away pretty easily and move on.
Ready up. Check, 59, 59. I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you. You jet bombers. You jet bombers. Hey, Charlie. 5-9. Pick it up. Pick it up. Be different.
Nyheim Hines, his first carry. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. They run the counter. Hines looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4. Well, they were handed great starting field position on this drive, but now they face a 3rd and 4.
Look at me, zipper. Get it.
This is Hines, and he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. It's a loss of a full 3 yards, and it brings up 4th down.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
In the end, the opening drive, Charles, does yield points. Maybe not the touchdown that they wanted, though.
Yeah, but bottom line, they wanted to get something out of that drive, and they did that. 3 points, they won't turn that down at all.
After the field goal, here's Elliott to kick it away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told, as he's taken down back shy of the 20. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, only gave up 3 points off of that, so it shouldn't be a difficult hole to overcome.
It really shouldn't, as long as they're not listening to the chatter coming from the other side, because when you throw a pick, look, I know defensive backs, they have a tendency to be a little bit loud after they take one away, but they also have a tendency to gamble a little bit more, thinking they'll get a second one. Maybe they can take advantage of that with some double moves.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down.
Pull it together. Right there. 54. Right there. Right there. 54 Mike. Hey, Alpha.
Carr down a throw. It's complete to Chris Conley.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
The Bears bring out an extra defender in the secondary now for 3rd down. Shotgun now for Carr. Gets it off to Freeman. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. It's a gain of 14 and a first down for Detroit.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Carr now, after the pick on the last drive, 3 for 3 to start this drive. It's 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, it's Lindsey. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On 2nd and 9, Carr. And his throw here's incomplete. Trying to get that in the hands of Devontae Freeman that time. And it's 3rd down. You and I watched film yesterday, and you told me to watch his feet. Well, for whatever reason, his footwork just looked off on that throw.
And you always love it when the next defensive back talks quarterback mechanics, right?
Well, but you're good at it.
Well, I try, all right? I don't know how good I am, but it doesn't take much to tell. His mechanics are off a little bit, exactly what you described. Footwork, that led to the incompletion.
Now this one complete downfield on the left side. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 36. So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 36. 1st and 10 at the 36-yard line. Working from the gun, it's Carr. That one complete to D.D. Westbrook. Well, he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes and they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect.
1st and 10 at the 25-yard line.
Now, 180. Check. Watch 54. Watch 54. Yeah, that's what I do. 6 guys. Check 6 guys. 93. 93.
On 1st and 10, here's Carr. He's got the hook up with Conley. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And that's going to make it 3rd down and 10.
Monday, down. 180. Watch the run.
Carr to throw again. Flushed out right. This is caught. It'll go as a gain of 25 on a play that started back at the 25.
What a catch, and one-handed, and I'm starting to lose my awe about the play, and maybe I shouldn't. How much of this is the player? How much of it is the glove?
Well, those gloves, they do have a little grip to them,
They
don't
get a
they?
little extra tackiness to them now, and I know the guys in the NFL, the competition committee, some other places, they're talking about examining those gloves to see if they're having too much of an effect on the game.
3-0 after 1 on EA Sports.
Express. Express. 59. All day, baby, all day. Express. Mike 5'9", Mike 5'9".
They'll try to run with Lindsey, and he's going to take it in for a Lion touchdown. Philip Lindsey with touchdown number 8 on the year, and the Lions have taken the lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes it a 7-3 lead. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line.
At their own 23-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And still a lot of football to be played in this season. We're only in November. A lot can happen between now and January. But if it ended today, they would just be on the outside of the playoff picture looking in. So a lot to fight for.
Yeah, and wasn't it interesting in our meeting with the coaching staff that they all made sure to let us know. We know where we are right now. But
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Leonard Floyd, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
The job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20.
Hey, Team 6.
Tannehill. Pressure gets to him, and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard line. Deion Jones, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
And indeed, that's what they'll do as they run it here. And he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a first down.
Let's go! Come on,
and now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage.
Protein spill. Hey, high 7. Ready?
To throw is Tannehill. Catch is made by Marquise Brown. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. So 2nd and inches after that first down completion went just shy of the marker. They run with Hines. And he'll be brought down down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. A gain of just a yard, but it's a first down.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much.
Ready.
So here's a first and 10 at the 38.
6-6, pull it high. Alert three. Hey, foxtrot. Now.
Tannehill. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Deion Jones make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
They were in the top 5 in sacks in the league coming into this one. That's their 3rd one in this game. Obviously, pass rush has been a strength of this team all year long.
And apparently they're not satisfied with top 5. They want to climb that ladder.
Yeah, I think it goes back to their offseason. They decided to make it a priority, and it's working out.
Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. Jair Alexander that time able to knock that one away. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Rock it. Go.
Here's Tannehill. He's going deep for Brown. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now, give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything to warrant the flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. And this will pin them nicely inside the 20 as it's out of bounds at about the 14-yard line.
At their own 14-yard line.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. Last time they were out here, they had the benefit of good field position, led to a touchdown. This time, they're going to have to work for it.
They are, but with that last drive, that culminating touchdown, I think they carry that confidence into this one. Doesn't matter where you start with the football now, they have to feel great about their opportunity.
38 yards on the scamper there.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of the yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10.
Check 99. He's coming back down. He's coming down.
Back to the ground, this time with Freeman. And he's got some space here. Devontae Freeman, they're not going to get him. Touchdown, Detroit. Devontae Freeman, his first touchdown on the year. And the Lions are able to extend their lead. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. They begin the drive with Hines. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. That'll wind up going for a loss of 4. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 14.
Let it. 61, matchbox lights.
Come on, QB, come on. Hatchet.
Now it's Hines. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings... Up third down.
He's brought down back at the 16-yard line.
So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now third and long.
All day, every day.
Look at me. Go. Sit.
Back to throw, Tannehill. This one complete to Scott Miller. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. First time these two have hooked up this afternoon, and it's a first down. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. We've got a 14-3 ball game with 2 minutes left in the opening half. Once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
On 1st and 10, Tannehill. And he rifles one incomplete. He was looking for his running back, Nyheim Hines, but it'll be 2nd down.
Well, touch and time are critical for those types of throws. He put a lot of zip on that one. Needed just a little bit more finesse trying to get it to his back.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35.
Watch 54. You got to get the ball. Get the
80 weapons.
check it.
Here's Tannehill. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they didn't incompletions on 1st and 2nd down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. But if you don't pick up the first down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Throwing again is Tannehill. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked off by Jair Alexander. Oh, he slipped right by him. And they will finally run him down, but not until he brings this one all the way back down inside the 10-yard line.
Well, there definitely was some juice on that pass. And while tight ends don't always have the same reputation for hands as wide receivers do, in this case, that ball was expected to be caught.
Suddenly, it's 1st and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here. Eluding the pressure right. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
I know as a defensive back, I was taught to play it the way that we just saw. Use the back line as an extra defender and make sure they throw it over your head and not in front of you. In front of you means it's a touchdown. Over your head, you've got a much better chance.
On second down, it's Lindsay. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. It's a pickup of 3, but still a little work to do on 3rd and goal.
3 yards. It's now 3rd and goal.
I know you feel that. Got it. Mike's by 4. Mike's by 4. Hard. Watch safety creep. Watch safety creeping. Safety creeping.
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. Philip Lindsay, his 2nd touchdown of the game and his 9th on the year. And the Lions, oh, it's a fake. They'll try and throw for it. And would you believe it? This is caught in the end zone. And the fake extra point works to extend their lead by 2. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is fielded a couple yards deep. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line.
At their own 24-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And you have to figure they won't just sit on the football here in the final minute. The way things have gone, they need to try to make something happen offensively.
But maybe they should. Maybe they should sit on it here because of what you just said. They haven't made anything happen offensively. Getting ready to go into the half, give them a chance to take a deep breath, exhale a little bit, and start over. I don't know if this is the time to push it myself.
Yeah, right now under 100 yards of total offense. Looking for more there on 1st down, but this throw downfield incomplete. Marquise Brown was the intended target, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
Set. 60 Pittsburgh.
Hey, defense, let's go. Wide.
Topper.
Now Tannehill. Going up top for Miller. And it's knocked away and incomplete. Jair Alexander that time able to knock that one away.
Well, partner, they're not content to run this one out as we head towards the half, trying to hit a big chunk play right there and add to their score.
Yeah, this is a confident group. At the very least, they're thinking field goal.
Yeah, and I don't blame them one bit. I don't think you sit on the ball going into the half when you have a chance to put some more points on the board.
Now it's Tannehill. He's going to air it out deep for Green. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
But one thing's for sure, when you got a big receiver and you trust him downfield, you're going to give him opportunities to go up and get that 50-50 ball.
And he is a darn good big receiver. Unfortunately, that time didn't work out. Nice job defensively.
The Lions take over 1st and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. You've got under a minute to go here until halftime. You've got the good-sized lead. No need to do anything crazy.
No, there really is no need to do anything crazy. The smart play, go ahead and take your lead into the locker room and then try and add to it in the second half. But there's a part of me that looks at this and says, first half going my way, I have a little bit of a cushion. Let's go ahead and try and extend things. If you've got some good plays drawn up, you might want to think about them right here.
And he'll just keep 2 hands on the football as he'll be taken down after a short pickup. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout.
Down. You're right at 8. Yeah.
Once again, they'll keep it on the ground. He's got a first down and more past the 30. He's at the 50, 30, past the 20. And he's in for the touchdown on the final play of the first half. The prayer is answered.
How did they get that done?
Point after try forthcoming. And that will bump the lead up to 26. So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told, as he's taken down back shy of the 20. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never wanted to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage.
Tight dog, tight dog, tight dog. Hey, 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 hey.
Here's Hines. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 16 yards is the pickup there and a first down for Chicago.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
Nothing doing. Barely able to muster a yard to hit the 35.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Hey, defense, let's go. Pick it up.
They'll try the left side. It's Hines trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation.
And it brings up 3rd down.
Got to get to the 26 for a first. This is 3rd down. Here's Tannehill. Got a man. It's Brown. And he'll be stopped short of the first down as they rally to tackle him at about the 28. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th. And this one is right down Broadway. And high fives for that one as that drive ends in 3. So a good snap, good hold, and right down the middle.
Never in doubt. Just the way you used to hit them, partner.
You mean like kicking the ball?
Exactly.
Well, that was in high school.
Doesn't matter. I don't care what level. You hit them, they go through.
This is taken about 7 yards deep. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told, as he's taken down back shy of the 20. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. They are clicking on all cylinders. They seem to be just scoring at will right now, and that's why they've opened up this big lead.
Now, we always talk about getting into the zone, and all athletes are seeking that, aren't they? Where everything is working for them, every move they make works, it clicks, and they are on point right now.
Yeah, they are in that zone that you're talking about. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. On the draw, this will be Freeman. And he will fight his way forward to about the 23-yard line. Call it a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 5.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level, because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat. And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man.
You're not ready. You're not ready. 56 is Mike. 56 is the Mike.
From the gun now on 3rd down. Carr. Open man is Westbrook, complete. They've done a good job on these receivers, pretty much held them in check. They're a little too close for comfort.
And you're always looking for a play to get you going, right? You're looking for someone to make one. But maybe this penalty, this pass interference call, that can help shake them loose.
After the penalty, here's Freeman. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. Tavon Young in on the tackle.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them.
56. Drop deep, drop deep.
From just shy of midfield, Carr. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Operating from the gun, Carr. Going for the deep ball. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off with great anticipation. And he'll take it all the way up near the 30-yard line. They needed a break. They needed to make a play here in the 3rd quarter. Defensively, they did that. Now they got to go quickly and get some points on the board.
And the best part is that they made their own break. Taking the ball away. Now they just look at their offense and saying, guys,
let's go.
Come on, capitalize on this one.
54, right there, right there.
After the interception, here's Tannehill. He's going deep for Brown. That's caught inside the 20. Touchdown, Chicago! Marquise Brown, his 11th touchdown of the year. And the Bears cut into that lead. Well, if they're going to make a game of this in the second half, they need a few big plays to go their way. That's one.
And the way to get it done is to also conserve time. So to your point, that big play right there, now you're not moving the ball downfield, taking time off the clock. You're leaving yourself a better avenue to continue to try and make a comeback.
Protection was great. He had time to set up a campsite. But in the secondary, though, they were ready.
And I think that in most places on the field, if you have that much time to throw the ball, someone's going to shake free and you'll find an open receiver. But condensed near the goal line on a 2-point conversion, all that extra, there's not any extra field. So it kind of closes in on them, and that allows you to cover a little bit better.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious, because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. 4 receivers to keep tabs on here. 3 of them to the right side on 2nd and 5. Now this time, Carl throw. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense, when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass.
Switch. Watch the shit. Hey, watch express. Rush in.
Out of the gun, they give to Freeman. And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there. They get the first. The decision to run on 3rd and medium winds up being a good one.
I definitely like the play call. You don't expect it on 3rd and 5, 3rd and 6, do you? You expect a pass play. Had a little courage there to call the run, and boy, they were successful.
Check the backer.
White Monday.
Freeman again, a 1st down carry. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 1st down Lions on a pickup of 13.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
A couple of 1st downs on the drive already, as they'll go from the 47 now on 1st down.
Kill.
Carr. They'll set up the screen for Freeman. There he goes again. 1st down Detroit, 16 yards on the pickup.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it, because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
Throwing on 1st down is Carr. There goes a deep ball, end zone, and nearly picked it off. He had a chance to come down with that in the end zone, but it'll wind up just being incomplete.
I think someone's going to get in the QB1's ear when he gets to the sideline. Already thrown an interception. That one should have been picked. Look, let's just be honest about it. That'd be the second person in his ear, because he's hearing it in the huddle right now.
Not the start to the game he wanted. Like you said, the pick on the opening drive, 2nd drive, not much better. Carr will try it again on 2nd down. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. Only a yard there. Sniffed out well defensively, and it brings up 3rd.
In order for a screen pass to break big, a lot of things have to come together and be well executed, but all it takes is one small thing to go wrong and keep it from being a big game.
And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Lions on 3rd down. They've been excellent, 6 for 7. This is 3rd and 9.
694. Hey, Haywood.
56. Mike's 56. Strip the ball.
808.
54.
Now Carr again. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. Sione Takitaki gets in there to drop him for a loss of 13 yards, and it's also 4th down now. Here's J.K. Scott now, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And they'll play keep away from the returner, as this one will be marked out of bounds at the 13-yard line. Pretty good spot. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive.
You can't block me. You can't block me. You can't block me. 54.
Hey, exit.
Check, check. Watch 54. Watch 54.
Now a first down throw, Tannehill. And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line, it's a sack. Harold Landry make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18.
Recon, 132 fighter. Check. Ready?
They'll run it now out of the gun. Had a decent move, but brought down quickly just outside of the 5-yard line. And they only get a yard back there. They'll be left with a 3rd down and long.
It's a gain of a yard. And it's 3rd down.
We go. 18 Gator.
Right there.
Not here. Let's go.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Hines. Room past the 20. And he'll cut it out to the sideline. A big hitter there from deep in their own territory. 45 yards. Charles, this one not over, certainly, but you set the magic number earlier in this game at 20 points. Said that they would need to hold them right around that marker under it. What are you seeing here?
Well, that number is still in play because we said, okay, 20 or under gives them a chance to win. Right on pace for being in that range. And guess what? They've got a shot.
It's a gain of 6 on the play, and it's a 2nd down. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4.
Hey, wahoo!
Tannehill now to throw. And his pass incomplete. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down.
55. Right there in the middle. 55. Set the tone, defense.
Oh, and the hard count might have got him. This might be a 1st down. There wasn't the line that jumped that time, the 2nd level.
No, that's a great observation because most of the time it's those guys up front so eager to get off on the snap. They do it, but in this case, you're exactly right. 2nd level, probably because they moved up to the 1st level, and that hurts them.
Maybe a critical mistake at this juncture is now they've got a 1st and 10.
Hey, zoom.
Mike 5-4.
Now Tannehill. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Leonard Floyd make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done.
Back to you.
Hey, Charlie.
58.
Looking to throw. That's complete to the running back, Nyheim Hines. They get 16 out of that one, but they'll still need to convert on 3rd. He's already proven to be a factor in the running game on this drive. Now he gets involved in the passing game.
I think what we're seeing here is the modern version of workhorse in the NFL, being able to run it and catch it with equal proficiency.
54 is Mike. Check. Watch 54.
From the gun on 3rd down, Tannehill. And able to find Green. Looks to throw, fires right side. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. They're already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down.
Hey, Delta.
They snap it to Tannehill. He's got his man here. It's Green. The Bears tried it on 4th down, unable to convert, and the Lions will take over. Boy, you feel the excitement build on those 4th down plays. Defense has to stay out there, but for the offense, when that thing doesn't work out, such disappointment.
It can absolutely be a deflator, but how about the defensive guys? If they stop you on 4th down, they are absolutely elevated going to their bench.
They're elevated now. Big stop on 4th down. The drive will start with a carry by Devontae Freeman. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning.
Check safety, check safety.
1, Raider 1. Easy, kill. What's up?
Throwing on 2nd and 14. Carr. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked up by Jesse Bates. And they'll start out with great field position at the 47-yard line in enemy territory. So now he's equaled his interception total from a week ago. Remember, Charles, he had 3 last week.
And you know, all week long he vowed to take that number down. Told the guys on the team, don't worry, things are going to pick up. I've got this. But he is in a major league rut right now. Let's see if his teammates can pick him up along the way.
You're right. He talked about being cool, calm, collective, rebounding. Not rebounding right here.
Ready?
It's going to be a long day. It's going to be a long day.
Hey, seam 6. 5.
On 1st down, it's Tannehill. This will be caught by Brown. And he's got this down to the 35. A gain there of 12 yards and a 1st down for the Bears.
1st down, Chicago.
Ready.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. So the Bears with a football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. So a loss of 5, and it'll be 2nd down.
On the double.
54, right there. 54, Mike. All day, dog. Mike's 5-4, Mike's 5-4, Mike's 5-4.
Hey, we got to get this stop here, D.
Hey. High 7.
On 2nd and 15 now. Tannehill. He got position on him, and he pulls it in. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
You got tight. You got tight.
Hey, foxtrot.
Kill. Hey, turn it up.
Ready.
3rd and long, it's Tannehill. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Another pass attempt, another incompletion. You figure defensively, you're in the 4th quarter here. You've held a team under 100 yards passing. You've done your job.
Especially in today's NFL, which is truly a pass-first league.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it.
Go.
58 is the mic. Go 58 is the mic. Check. 58, right? Let's go.
Here we go on 4th. Tannehill. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by Deion Jones, the linebacker. And he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
He's crashing. He's checking crash.
The drive will commence with a run by Lindsey, and he'll just plow right into a host of tacklers. Nothing there at all, and it'll be 2nd and 10. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is, and really a lot of the time they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Carr. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Derwin James with a pick, and he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offense coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
I got you. I got you. Mike 5-5, Mike 55, Mike 5-5. They can't hang with us.
Rock it. Shift. Look at me. Go. Snap.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And now he lost the football. Tannehill loses it.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. One last throw here for Tannehill. That's complete to Hines out of the backfield. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. So this one's over. It's a win for the Detroit Lions, and it was a bit of a strange game. They were held scoreless through the entire second half, but their first half output, that's enough to carry them to victory.
And that's an odd game to watch, isn't it? Because when we saw the output in the first half, you think to yourself, okay, they've got something working here. They know what they're doing. They'll continue that along. But instead, it's goose eggs in the second half. Fortunately, enough of a cushion and enough defense to carry them home.
So for the Lions, it's an important win for their postseason hopes as they at least get back to 4-5. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Atlanta Falcons. Meanwhile, for the Bears, they'll lose an important one here as that drops them to 5-4 on the season. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.